I got a Dell printer scanner. Top here is the scanner section, and ready to pick out these which I left off. So that lifts completely out and comes off. And then I need to put out the book, I guess. And then this is the printer piece, which has a little prop, and you can clearly see inside here the bar course is pretty much corroded. So this is definitely a very old printer. I'm seeing model number E940. It's interesting where they put that. You don't get outside here. Service tag, express codes. Yeah, didn't even know Dell used to do these things. So I'm gonna strip it down. Clearly this top piece is a scanner alone, and the bottom piece is a printer alone. What I'm really after is the motors that would be basically doing that. The belts, toothed belts, you'd probably get on gears, possibly plastic gears. Interestingly, these things are soft buttons, so very likely it's a board with printed two sets of contacts, and this rubberized thing has a sort of carbon based contact in the back. When you touch it, detects it. Screws up on the top there, have screws in the back for the next piece. So let's have a go at it. Let's see if we have anything interesting. Again, I don't expect very much. Haven't looked in the bottom there. We saw the ribbon of plastic with the different markings on it, so clearly it's optical, so clearly it's a straight DC voltage motor for carrying the carriage left to right, and essentially optical feedback, so it's no stepper motor. Don't know about on top here. Maybe here has a stepper, maybe it doesn't, maybe it's a similar system. So we'll have a look at the scanner, a full-fledged scanner, and see what they've done. Well, it turned out that you just have to pull the sides here, here, and the entire top comes off after those screws are removed. So I'm going to try this here, take out this little bolt here, and this little screw, both screws, and see if this whole top comes off. Quick little yanks, the whole top came out, the whole piece in the back came out, and this is, it looks like a stepper motor for the paper feed. So incremental steps and basically counting to make sure you have the correct distance, and as expected, straight DC motor for the carriage feed, which is basically moving this way and this way. And as we mentioned before, this is the optical basically encoder. Well, it's a strip with black and clear lines, and essentially is an optical element in this carriage, and when it goes across it will sense it. Toothed belt as expected, so you have no slip. What else? I guess everything else here is generally standard, you know. It's just really rails and the whole thing here, some gears, a big shaft, that's about it. Shaft, nothing much else. The board will be an interesting processing type board. Seeing a fairly big processor, again an Oasis. Maybe this company was actually quite active many years ago. Seems to be that I'm finding it in multiple different devices, but nothing too fancy. I'll pull out the board and have a better look at it. The rest of it, all scrap, all to be dumped. Again, another neat, nice board. Optical encoder here with a piece to move up, so pretty much tells if I guess the paper's in. Ribbon going in, probably to print head. Actually, yeah, to print head. Memory, most likely. I would suspect this is memory. Not sure. That really looks like a BIOS sort of type thing. Just guessing again, and guessing that this is probably the micro for interface with USB. And this looks like the power supply. I'm seeing 30 volts on the side, 12 volts. So it appears it was a 30 volt system and 12 rail coming off. Most likely that looks like a linear package. I'm not seeing an inductor wrong, so linear package, a linear regulator. This looks like where they get power source from. Had a plug-in device in the back. I assume this was mounted to the back of the printer, so I guess power was external. This board has no power capability on it. This is to the stepper motor, and this here is to our ordinary DC motor. So nothing much else to be really seen here. What I'm really after is more this one for an experiment. Gotten the scanner open as we expect, being a class, not sure how useful that is to me. This is where the control pad was, and we'll have a look at that. I've pulled out the screws already, we'll flip out just now, there's a secondary little board, didn't quite expect that. Ribbon going back, and that ribbon goes back to this main unit. As you can see, a light which is very similar to what we saw in the last scanner. Looks like a phosphorescent again, and a very similar power supply. I wouldn't doubt it's pretty much the same thing. So that's again light and power supply to play with. Not much we can do. I assume again the same kind of mirror, and we can see inside and see some sort of mirror arrangement with a scan element here. The processing will be somewhere right here, and probably if we get into that we'll probably let's see if I get that right. If we get into that we'll probably see the scanner there. What we look for importantly here was this motor. It looks somewhat like a stepper motor. We'll have to have a look at that. It's possibly a stepper motor. Actually, it has to be a stepper motor because there's no optical encoding. So yes, has to be a stepper motor. So stepper with a two gear system, tensioner here. Not much more than that, huh? So I'll just take this off, taking it off sake. Get out the motor, take off this element for use of this. But inside of here will be pretty much what we expected, what we got last time from the last scanner. Pretty much identical arrangement, some kind of optical arrangement to take something this width and bring it out this width on an element here for viewing some CCD type development, for viewing lighting here. Oh, I forgot all about the screen. So that's what this little board was, and we saw on the other side with the little chip. That's the screen. Makes sense, as opposed to the other device that I opened where they had a ton of the coffee machine with a ton of wires going. All they've done is taken a ribbon here and not done that crazy set of wires. And this is, as we expected, a PCB with essentially contacts and the rubber with some sort of conductive element on the end, as we expected and predicted.